Thank you, Lord. What a view. I can't. See that? What is going on, guys? Good morning. All right, so on this trip, this is like one of those crazy weeks where I'm just like tour day Georgia, tour day Southeast. I'm trying to like kind of steer clear of hotels and stuff. So like, for example, I've got an appointment in Alabama on Tuesday afternoon. So Monday I'll be coming into town and looking for a little campsite in that area, and then I'll just sort of wheel around on Tuesday before that appointment, and then just pop out of the trail, clean up, shoot over to that appointment, and then rinse and repeat basically all week. So I did just get invited to the Masters this week. I'm not like a big golf guy, but I think it's one of those things that would be cool to have done looking back. Used to be a big golf guy. So that evening I will be staying at a house in Augusta. So it might be a nice little reset. But what I've done is because I'm living out of the truck this week, I'm gonna do my best to not eat out. So when I was a kid, I did a lot of sales and business development, and I was constantly on the road, and my truck would just get wrecked, messy, just like food wrappers and cups like laying all over the floorboard like a disgusting bachelor should. And then now I don't want to do that, and I don't really care to go buy junk food, just for a quick lunch. So I got the fridge loaded, the food boxes packed. So basically, just when I stop for gas or when I'm hungry, I'm just gonna find a rest stop and pull in and either cook some lunch or make a sandwich. And then this evening, I'll basically cook supper at camp. Same thing with breakfast in the mornings and stuff. So yeah, that's it. We'll see. Should be a fun one. All right, first stop, make some lunch. So I got some bread, stick. I might bring pretzels up to the cab with me. Cutie. And I'm just gonna make this right on the tailgate. You know what? All right. I made some homemade sourdough. Oh, love this stuff. That was a sketchy little spot. Now that let's take a look around. Definitely gonna have salt and pepper for sandwiches. Got some black pepper salami. Some like regular Aldi turkey. Oh yeah. I have made it. This trail, it's called, I don't know, 600-1. This is National Forest land in Alabama. I'll have to look at the map again, but I am like in the Sylacauga, Talladega area. Onyx Off-Road has this one rated a 4 out of 10. It's about 14 miles long. There's one pretty close, I mean like a few miles from here, I think. It's a 6 out of 10, but it looks like some deep ruts. And there were some folks on the reviews and trail reports that said they would probably rate it a 7. And since my winch line is just tied together with a square knot, and it's just me out here, I think I'm just gonna stick to this one for tonight. It's about 14 miles long, so I'm gonna start off being lazy and not airing down my tires, but I may need to air them down. I kind of want to get to my campsite, get set up. National championships tonight, so I would love to have some service and some time to kind of get comfortable to watch that game. This is one thing I love about Alabama. There's so many rock formations all over the place, and I think that just looks so pretty. So I just come across this campsite's actually really pretty. I don't know about that mosquito hole right here. And I'm wondering if this little trail goes out to like a point on the terrain relief. It looks like there's a point out here that I can probably get to. Yep, there's a little fire ring out here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. I think that's gonna be it. I can get in here no problem. Somebody's been teeing off up here. It's a pretty good idea actually. Isn't this perfect? So beautiful out here. All right, so tonight I'm doing something a little spunky. I'm doing lamb burgers with muscadine jelly and asparagus on the side. And I got something else in here, I think. But we had some leftover lamb from St. Patty's and made some lamb patties. All right, so I got my lamb, asparagus, and my muscadine jelly that I messed up and didn't get thick enough. But I had that the other night and it was freaking delicious. And I might try some of this cheese. It's like this funky cheddar Gruyere, something like that. I do have some bread. Probably eat a healthy amount. Plenty of salt and pepper. I know the comment, somebody's going to say something about my watch tan line. Because I know both of you that are watching are huge fans. I'll go ahead and get these puppies warming up. Digging into more of this homemade sourdough. Bunch of strong flavors here. I got sourdough, Gruyere, how do you say that? Gruyere cheese, lamb, muscadine. This is a strong flavored supper, especially for the woods. Thank you, Lord. What a view. I don't know where this cheese is going to fit in. Something's just telling me it'll be good. Save it for the end. I'll put it on the patty and let it melt. Yeah, so made this muscadine jelly last year and I could not get it to thicken up. I don't mind a little char in my asparagus. Alright, I think those are done. Slide those out to the warming area. Put some more butter on here. Cover that. Whoa. Right, those are already cooked, so I just really need them to warm up. guess charm off here too. Some cheese. What is up? That is gooey. All right. Give it a little razzle dazzle. All right, look at that. Take a bite of bread. Yo, what? Oh my God. That freaking rules. That sandwich has no shortage of flavor. I mean, you can see this bite right here. Sourdough, cheese, lamb, muscadine. It's got everything. Every bite's better than the last. Just to recap, that was a lamb burger with, I think it's pronounced Gruyere cheese and muscadine jelly on homemade sourdough bread. That combo rules. I'll be doing that again, but I want to do something spicy in there. I can't. It's just beautiful. This is exactly what I needed too. Exactly. If I don't turn this back on, we'll see you all in the morning. Turmeric and ginger. Joint support and digestion. If you say so. Doing the Mr. Rogers routine here. Y'all take a look at this. And it goes over to this big rock formation. If any of you guys know Mount Yonah in Cleveland, me and Kristen went to school not far from there. And I've spent a lot of time on Mount Yonah in the military and out of the military, but it reminds me a lot of that. This is cool. See, I said something about this yesterday. It's like, you don't have like a ton of this stuff in Georgia, but it seems like every time I go in the woods in Alabama, I find this stuff. I guess it's just the little kid in me that just likes to play on rocks. Y'all get a look at this. Fingerprints of the king right here. Alright, so for breakfast, I've got some pulled pork, leftover pulled pork, and eggs, and of course, some homemade sourdough. Nothing crazy. So this pork is leftover from Bows and Bibles. My buddy Gary Lanton's got a place in Dublin called Holy Smokes. can't stop at all these beautiful overlooks. They're all over the place up here. Yeah, every time I come out of Alabama, I'm just like kind of blown away with how underrated the terrain and the views and the landscape is out here. It's just like, I don't know if it's just being in Georgia, everybody pretty much exclusively talks about the Georgia Traverse, and then going up into Tennessee and then Kentucky, or just go out west. But I mean, people would be sleeping on Alabama. I hadn't seen one other vehicle on this trail, and there's more beautiful overlooks than what I've found on the Georgia Traverse. This is one of the campsites that I had marked last night. But you could get a truck in here. It's probably only one truck. If you got squirrely, you might be able to get two. But absolutely beautiful views. This might be a section that's good to walk first and scout out just to make sure there's nothing weird. Tell you what, all of these water sections have had a hard bottom, but when you come up to one that's this long, you still kind of get weirded out. Woo! That was not a hard bottom on that one. Don't you love when those little water holes make you look like a baby? But hey, when you can't see the bottom, you can't see the bottom. Try not to be too loud because I know there's some folks around here turkey hunting not far away. Right there. See that? Water moccasin. Well. Well, I think that is going to be it for this one, guys. I appreciate y'all watching along. Got my bath, got my snack, and I'm running behind schedule to get back home to the girls. So I'm going to get on the road. Do me a favor, please like and subscribe to this video. Got some cool stuff coming out. Got a ton of stuff going on. If you want any of the merch or any of this equipment you see on my truck, you guys make sure you go to bangeroverland.com. Thanks, guys. See you next time.